Aye, Joe Rogan.
Aye, and Russell Gland.
We're seeing it on the news and that Australia's really bad and all that. Like, you're getting shot at when you leave the house and all that.
Go on.
Lovely.
Cheers.
Cheers, matey. Aye, living.
You got one in already?
Why, aye? Look at the size of it.
How the fuck are you supposed to do that there, like?
Cut the labour a bit big potato, man.
Good hell, you see the state of that, man. That's all there is now.
Aye, lovely. Get in it.
Anyway, hello and welcome back to Filta, episode 5. Today we're in very high spirits as lockdown's finally over, thank God. So as of Monday just gone, the restrictions have been lifted and we can now go out and do things, go to bars.
We're back on the drink.
Back on the sass. Finally got my hair cut for the first time in 4 months on Thursday.
Aye, have you seen it? I didn't want to say it now, you know.
Now,
right, so Steve's moved in literally a week before the lockdown, right? And I've been banging on about this barbers, how it's great and all that. And he's finally went across after all the lockdown haircuts and all that. And he's went across and the fucking butchered him.
And I was going to say that he sent us to the barbers and the fucking butchers.
Aye.
But I thought it was better when my last did it, to be fair. It was better if I had it cut and she never cut hair in her life.
Didn't have that, like. She's there.
Apart from look like half a picky blind on that side.
It's alright, isn't it? At least he's not ginger.
It was better than now than that.
At least he's not ginger, you know what I mean?
But out of lockdown, so many things I want to looking forward to doing and just getting out there again and seeing my pals and that, you know what I mean?
I haven't seen anyone in fucking months now, like.
We've got like separate nights out on plan today, but I thought it might be a good idea to have a bit of time away from each other, because imagine being locked away with this idiot for 4 months.
What do you mean by that?
I'm getting doing the twist. Nah, I'm only joking.
Nah.
It's actually, to be fair, this lockdown's actually been alright, you know, because we've lived together. We've lived together before, and I can imagine if you lived alone or if maybe even just a couple, it might sometimes get a bit harder. But because we've had folk we're living here, we've always had each other to bounce off. There's always been like good banter in the house. Like me and him's been like playing on FIFA all the time. I give you one bit, yeah.
Yeah, really?
I've been in. How many games have I beat yesterday?
Two.
I played with 5 games. I think I won 4 of them. One of them was like 5-1 or something.
I'll be letting him win now because you know what, he kind of take the beating as well as what I can. I laugh it off, you know. He's sitting there fizzing. There's a pad print in the telly. But you know what, I was just helping him get the stuff out of his room before. Normally I let him set it up, right? The table and all that. And I was... Look at him, he's pissed off how he's only had one. Just leave it aside. I'll get a weapon. I'll get a weapon for you. So I was helping him bring the table and the chair and all that to him before, right? And I went to get the table, right? There's another copy of FIFA underneath the table. Another PlayStation's been set up, I'll be practicing.
We've got a PlayStation 5 in the living room. I've got a PlayStation 4 in my bedroom. So the frigging game for the PS5 wouldn't even work on the PS4 anyway. The reckons I've been cheating or practicing in secret.
Yeah,
haven't I? But that's a good thing. That's kept me going a bit of banter. And I've had a few people like asking his like friends from home saying, "Oh, what's lockdown like in Australia?" And in one word, shit. The same as your lockdown back in the UK, really. We kind of could only go within 5-kilometre radius of where we lived. Obviously, all the bars and restaurants and shopping centres and shops and all that were closed. We basically had the supermarket, the pharmacy, and you could go for walks. That was basically all you could do, wasn't it?
I'm sick of the sight of this here.
And on the weekends, we're just going for walks, obviously within 5 kilometres of where we live. And then after 4 months, you're sick of doing that, aren't you? We're quite
just like everyone at home, though. People's like getting on about, oh Jesus, we're seeing it on the news and that Australia's really bad and all that. Like, you're getting shot at when you leave the house and all that. It's not really the case. Like, I don't know what's been going on like in the news at home and that, but I've not seen anyone being shot in the street. Like.
I've had like posts of people from home sending us things saying that there's like helicopters everywhere. There's army coming in when forced lockdown, but that's not.
And there's been them drones flying about the streets and all that, like telling you with a microphone, get back in the house.
Robot dogs with machine guns and that.
Aye.
But nah, it's honestly none of that. It's just been it's been quite...
not
round here anyway, to be fair. I've not been past 5 kilometres of where we live, to be fair, so I wouldn't have anywhere else. But it's been like... none of that at all. But so what have we else have we really been doing in lockdown? So other than that, gone for walks. We've bought that big barbecue out there. Had a few barbecues on the weekend. So yeah, we've been passing the time. Like one good thing I've enjoyed about lockdown is I actually watched all the Rocky films for the first time ever. And I know that may be hard to believe given how much I got on with boxing, but I finally got a chance to get stuck into them, which I enjoyed. That was something I wanted to do.
Well, aye. There's shitty little things that being able to do, look forward to, but aye. Rocky's fucking mint, man.
What's your best favourite one?
4.
Do you reckon?
Well, aye.
Rocky 4 is a classic, like, and I can see the remaking, or the director's cut or something, like a new version of it's coming out, features apparently.
Aye.
But I don't know, I like Rocky 3 now.
Which is what the second Mr. T one?
Rocky 3 is the Mr. T one. Because obviously the first one is where he gets beat, the second one he comes back and he fights Apollo Creed again and wins. The third one, he's kind of reigning champion, isn't he? But apparently they picked loads of tomato cans from the fight and all that. And then in that challenge on Mr. T, he's not fought a proper fighter yet, you don't really defended your belt, and it's like I know, it's quite a good one.
Aye.
That was my favourite,
Aye.
I was quite surprised how good they were. I wasn't expecting to be that good, to be honest. But I enjoyed watching them anyway. Loads of Netflix and that.
Aye. I don't know what else. Really, like, I'm having a bit of mind blank. We've been able to go back to the gym, I guess.
That's it.
That was another thing we're looking forward to, like, because we've just had to make do with them little concrete dumbbells that I made like in the last lockdown. I thought I would never see them again, and then literally over here, it was a few cases found in Sydney on the Monday in the lockdown a certain area, and then by the Friday the whole of Sydney was locked down. So
yeah,
luckily we had them concrete dumbbells. They're only about 10 kilogram. I think we weighed them over 9.5 or something like that. We did them, and we went on the Sunday. We went across and got that pull-up bar. So all we've been doing is pull-ups, dips, and whatever we can do with the dumbbells.
To be fair, like, with them dumbbells, like, lifesaver really, because the last lockdown, before obviously we lived with yous, I had nothing, you know. I started going for runs for a while, but you know, after a couple of months you get sick of that. And I was trying to make like makeshift weights in the garage with like broom handles and like empty bottles filled with like grit and all that.
Do you know why I made the better ones? Now I have been able to make the better ones. Because I'm on the fucking tools.
What do I do? Man?
Aye. I had the grinder route and everything, you know, the balcony and all that, and I was getting complaints off the neighbours and that for making too much noise.
But
I was like, aye, neighbour, I tell you, got fat
the probably a lifesaver though, to be fair. Like, you can do a canny workout with a couple of 10k dumbbells in everything really, just obviously like, but that was something that kept us going as well, just doing a bit of workout every other day.
Aye.
And for walks and that.
But you know what it is, right? You know, like with the whole gym thing and all that, it's like, before the lockdown happened and all that, when we went down to Jervis Bay, bought a couple of these t-shirts, I tell you, no? I bought a couple of Air t-shirts, but I never wore them down there, right? And they fitted nice, you know, when we were down there, obviously I bought them for that. And I went to put one on last week, you know. Fuck me, it was like a bed sheet. Couldn't believe it. I was like, hey, you've just killed us there, like. I must have like literally shrunk off in size.
I lost a stone and a half in lockdown, but obviously I was trying, I just thought.
You put a shitload of weight on and then lost it all, because Steve went berserk on the biscuits, didn't you, when the lockdown first happened?
That was my thing, when lockdown first happened. I was just sitting with a cup of tea, smashing the biscuit in every day,
pack it every other day, but them biscuits, you know, them digestives, once you start on them, the chocolate ones. The caramel ones are lethal than all.
Aye,
but once you start
I like the originals, me though. You can't want the originals.
What? Just need chocolate on out?
The chocolate ones make you sick if you want to do a proper biscuit sesh.
Yeah, we're getting old, you know. No, it is. We were on about this the other day now. We're like, fucking, you know, people have midlife crisis and all that. Normal blokes and that have gone by a Harley Davidson. Me and this daft couldn't start a podcast. We're talking shit. I was literally saying to my lass, I was like, do you think it would be good if I whipped the fart out? And my lass was like, no, I think it's a bit distasteful. I was like, yeah,
it's too whipping farts out.
But I thought the audience would like to hear it, you know what I mean? I'm always sending me pals fart videos and that. Especially on a Thursday after I've done my cereal in.
Jesus.
Because every Wednesday I have a big bowl of cereal or two.
Oh.
And then the next day,
don't I know it?
The next day I'm whipping farts out left, right and centre. But aye.
But one thing that, like, you know, obviously it's great we're out of lockdown and that now. You're getting them in, like, you're around.
Aye.
It's great I'm out of lockdown, but obviously you still feel the kind of effects of it for a while, of just like the world opening back up. Like, you know, because although lockdown's over, there's still restrictions in terms of like capacity of venues and all that. So I was trying to book a bar, the need just for me and my mate again for a couple of just, you know, quiet pints, like now that.
He hasn't even got a mate, man. Me and me mate.
Literally, it was like the 7th bar that I called, or like went on the website to try and get a booking. All the bars were booked, fully booked till like January, and I was thinking, oh yeah, this is what it's going to be like. I might as well just stay in lockdown. However, apparently the new premier's said he's doing away with all that from Monday, the capacity thing. So you know, back in the UK as well, obviously.
What's a premier, Steve?
The premier is like the
So with Australia
like
being so big, it has its prime minister, who's the ScoMo, Scott Morrison, and then each state, there's about 6 or 7 states or something like that, and each one has a premier with like a mini board, Joe.
I guess like you could compare it to a mayor in America, or
no? Mayor? I don't know.
Fuck no.
Or like Arnold Schwarzenegger in New York.
California.
Whatever.
Aye. But so apparently, because obviously, like you were saying back in England when you came out of lockdown, there was capacity at the bars where you had to scan in, you've got to sit down, you can't stand up. It's the same for now. So that means they've got limited capacity, so you've got to book weeks ahead to get into a bar, which I was just like, oh yeah, after I tried to get into 7 bars on my phone, I was like, now it is, fuck this, I'm going to stop in.
Aye.
But eventually got one, like a good one, so I went for a few pints, but hopefully that's going to be gone from next week, I reckon.
But there's been a scandal in New South Wales, which is Sydney where we live. There's been a scandal, hasn't there, in the Premier, Gladys, she's resigned, and there's this new bloke, and he's basically come in like last week or something like that, and he's like, right, everything's finished with now, like, you're good to go. I don't know if he's trying to win the people over or what, but it's working with me, like.
Aye.
So that's good.
You were saying they're going to...
Peritet? What's he called? Perishate?
I don't know. Even though the borders are still going to be closed within states, it was going to allow international travel into New South Wales, isn't he? Before we even gone across the border.
I reckon we'll be flying to Bali before we'll be flying to Broome, which is Western Australia, so...
Aye.
Good
I
stuff.
like how he's trying to, you know, lead the way and open things back up, you know what I mean?
Get it crisp up, yeah?
I'm alright, me.
Not hungry, like?
I'll do these. But it'll be good once our life starts happening and we can start travelling again.
Why aye?
Just looking forward to just going and doing something, like going on a holiday.
Aye, we've got Byron booked again for Christmas. What a buzz that's gonna be! Like literally, because we actually had Noosa booked for New Year, which is meant to be lush, but it's in Queensland, and then they're being dodgy with letting people in and out and all that. So we thought, right, we'll cancel that one. We lost all our money on it, and we booked Byron for Christmas instead because it's in this state.
Haven't you cancelled a lot of holidays because of COVID?
Why aye?
Like how many? Like he's literally had like 4 or 5 holidays booked, and like because of like the different like 2 lockdowns we've had and like and restrictions and that, he's literally had to cancel like 4 or 5 holidays. Yeah, I'm not even exaggerating.
And at one point in we had $9,000 of vouchers for flight centre, you know. It's a fucking joke. Like that was like flights home. We were gonna go home to surprise people and all that. Like all that shit, all got fucked. And now it's just at a point where we're probably not going to be able to go back until we actually do go home. But we had return flights each, which is a lot of money. Then we've had 5 holidays booked all through flight centre and that, and then all we get back's a voucher. So, but I keep saying to Lila, like, once we can go on holiday, we're just going to be chock our holidays. Like it's going to be like I've got loads of holidays booked. Like accumulated at work now as well. Like loads of hours and that, because I haven't been able to go anywhere. Just worked all the way through. It's been shit, but we're done with it now. What it was.
I know. Aye. Feels good, doesn't it?
It is a buzz. Like when you come out of lockdown, we keep saying, right, if you're watching this in Sydney, get yourself prepared for another lockdown in March, because that's when mine and Layla's next holidays before. So we'll probably lock down for that fucker and
aye.
That's March, so odds on.
Aye. But yeah, it definitely feels good. Obviously once we get past this little stage of where like it's going to be rammed, like my lads went out last night with our mates and we had a bar booked in the city, and even though they had a booking for like 8 PM, they had to queue for an hour to get in.
Shite that, you know.
That's with a booking, you know what I mean? I'm hoping it's not like that when I get out to eat. If I have to get queue an hour to get it with a table that I booked, I'll see now it is. I'm kind of going, yeah.
I know.
Like that, like.
I don't know if it's just me. Like I was saying earlier, like when I'm at a traffic light and stuff like that, if I've got to wait, it's like 30 seconds at a traffic light and you're just waiting for it to stop. I can't stand still, man. I'm like jumping all out. I've got something wrong with that for now, but
you reckon?
Aye, but like, you know, if I'm at a bar and I've got to wait in a queue for a drink, I'm literally, I'm like,
Aye.
This is the worst crack, man. And like, if you're waiting to get into a bar, and then you don't even know if you're gonna get in anyway.
Aye. Well, you know, it's a good thing now. Like, I didn't have this happen because of COVID, or if this was a thing before COVID. But I mean, not that I've been in a bar for months, like, but beforehand, they've got these things now on the table where you just like QR code thingy, and you get the menu and you order your drinks on your phone, and they bring them out.
Aye.
Which is like saves you.
That's been a thing, you know, because you always see the birds and that on Instagram, and they put the QR code and they're like, somebody send us a drink.
Honestly? Why?
You've never seen that?
No.
You never seen that?
It?
Aye, someone send us a drink, I'll get me cordy out. I'll send you a picture of me cordy. Who sent us a daiquiri, will you?
That's the thing, we've had a few viewers asking if we're going to be starting an OnlyFans.
And we've already got one.
But we'll share the link.
Say Steve, the link's going to be in the bio. Steve's got his length out. What's that, you taking like? You started a metronome?
I've knocked this out and then stopped recording. Nowadays we've tried to use this microphone, right? Every recording we've done. So this mic's plugged into here and records the sound. But every time we haven't got it quite right, so we've just been using the sound off the camera, so that's that fucked again for another episode.
Oh yeah, nah,
might as well
we look the part they were doing with our phone.
And that's it, just because we think it makes it look like official, doesn't it?
Joe Rogan.
Aye, and Russell Gland.
Russell Gland. Aye. No, I'm Joe Rogan, that's Russell Gland. Aye. But anyway, we're getting off topic again, I'm being idiots and that, but
what's the topic again? Oh, cool.
COVID, I think we're going to talk about. But, so, one thing that I've been looking forward to, and do you know, before I came out to Australia and that, it wasn't even a question in my head if I would like it, because I always thought it was what the posh sort did, and it was Ganu for breakfast, and I wouldn't have dreamed, you know, my brother, he said, didn't you come back from Australia eating that fucking avocado? And I said, don't worry Dan, I'll not be eating the avocado, right? And then I'll be going to a cafe now and I'll be like, what do you mean? You didn't eat fucking smashed avocado? What do you mean you didn't eat sourdough bread? Get some salmon with it, poached eggs, lovely.
I honestly never had an avocado in my life before I came to Australia. Did we even do them?
First time I even heard properly what an avocado was up the farm and Monster, one of the lads was putting them through the windows when they weren't even ripe.
Yeah, hey.
But I love going out for breakfast, like a nice cup of coffee and a breakfast, lovely. If you're sober, like, if I'm hungover, like, it's no good to me, that avocado and salmon.
Oh, nah, I wouldn't get salmon on my breakfast anyway.
Well, you would.
But I now you mean though, like,
he loves fish, him. He loves fish. Wait, Steve hates fish, right? But I've had this plotted for ages in that. We're gonna be somewhere mint. We're gonna be having a barbecue, right? Homemade burgers, right? Probably date at Christmas or Byron. We'll have a barbecue for Christmas. And right in the middle of his burger, I'm gonna put a big, dirty, sweaty prawn. Spake of it!
It'll be the fucking last thing you do, Anna.
You'd eat the couldn't you, like, when you know where you were?
I'd like. Nowadays they say, oh Steve, you never tried fish, never tried this, never tried prawns. The only thing I don't like seafood, and I did try prawns. They tried to get us on the prawns a couple of Christmases ago, didn't you? And I ate a prawn, and thought it was me.
I thought, what cool though, like, you've got to have them nice and crispy and warm.
I'm open to any type of food other than seafood, like.
You like a nice coffee?
I do,
Yeah, really, coffee snob.
Yeah, it is.
It's not being picked in the streets of Colombia. It's not for me. No, it's not Toby Estate. I like a certain kind of bean.
Hey, the deal up a naughty bean up though, mate. No, to be fair, right, I never drank coffee in my life till I came to Australia. And,
Bollocks.
No, I had like, you know, but coffee, like, I never had a nice coffee. Like, coffee would be like, if I was hungover, you'd hire a scoop of the coffee in the hot water and a bit of milk, and it would be minging, just get it doing you.
Would you?
Just
on a hour?
Sometimes if I was going to work,
Oh, aye, fair enough.
And or something like that. I was just tired and I needed just to wake up. It wasn't like it's something I would have for like enjoyment. It was just something that was necessary if I was tired or something.
Aye.
And I remember when I was a kid and my dad was like the night shift and I was making kids because Stephen knocked us up a coffee. I'd make my dad's coffee and I'd be like, and I'd be like, that's fucking minging that.
Honest?
How does he drink that? So I was never liked coffee.
Honestly?
When I came to Australia, I went to a coffee shop with friends I was with. And I thought, I don't like coffee, but I didn't want to look awkward, you know what I mean? I didn't want to look like a divvy. So I just ordered about the next person. I'll have a flat white. I said, I'll have a flat white, 1 sugar, I'll have the same. That was lush. And I've been drinking them ever since.
It was only McDonald's.
Nah. But then to be fair, when I went back to Newcastle, or just before I came back to Australia, before I came out here to do my farm work, there was a few nice coffee shops springing up in Newcastle as well, that were knocking with the nice coffee,
There was that, you know what it is, this was years ago, right? I had this idea, I was like, all the open a nice coffee shop. I wouldn't have the money to do it anyway, but we'll open a nice coffee shop and we'll have records and that, and people can have their spin on the records, on the record players. Maybe even have a pair of decks, and we'll knock nice coffees out, and then this stuff could a fucking shit idea, man. That's a shit idea if I ever heard one.
I didn't say that.
You did, and then what was it about 3 years later? Someone opened Long Play
Cafe,
and it was a massive hit, but now it's shut down, hasn't it?
I love that place, you know. I just love going. What's happening with the tune at the minute? Any updates on the takeover?
Wait, they're on about keeping Steve Bruce in charge for
How many girls you had?
Plenty.
Fuck no, you're too ahead of me. Can you get me one?
Aye.
Get stuck into this story.
Aye. Wait, to be honest, I don't think much else is...
Not being bossy by the way, but I can't get out to get the fridge.
You haven't put that much weight on, you lazy cunt. Fucking hell. You get a tractor from there.
I'm going to sliver through there, let you get the fridge.
Aye. No, I think they're going to keep Steve Bruce in charge for the Spurs game, which I think's a bit of a shitter because, you know, like, we had this massive thing where Newcastle had been taken over. There was like elation in Newcastle, and
it's a big word for you, mate.
It is elation, aye. But aye. Do you know what it means?
Aye, it means like everyone's relieved and happy kind of thing.
Aye, everyone's on a double cush buzz. So there was all this momentum going and all that. There's another one.
I read a dictionary, the lad.
Cheeky bastard, watch, I'll stop.
Somebody said to me the last episode that I was telling my series 2 long words.
Aye.
Look at you knocking them out.
Aye, and aye.
Anyway.
We did Malcolm to Thomas more, you know. Aye.
And I think I get mad dog out here, knocking at the big words.
Watch, I'll get lynched. Aye, so we had all this momentum going in Newcastle and all that, and then they've decided to keep Steve Bruce for the 1000th game, which I think like, they should have maybe just sacked him off, but I don't know, like, they're going to pay him, I think it's something like...
Is that going to be his last game though?
I don't know, it's not been said, but they're going to... I think what it is, right, Mike Ashley got him in on this massive contract where they paid him next to out, because, well, I say next to out, it'll be a hell of a lot more than what me or you get, but because they knew he knew that he would never sack him, that's I think what the crack is, and if they did sack him then he was standing for 8 million. But 8 million to these Saudis, that's fuck all, you know what I mean? So I think they should have just paid him, but I don't know, but Steve Bruce, he's going to be in charge for a bit. There's been loads of names getting thrown about who Newcastle could probably bring in. I don't know, it's exciting times, like, either way, like,
it is.
As long as, you know what it is, even if we did go and do, we're still going to be alright, it's like a long-term thing. Did you see the plans actually for the new stadium?
Aye, it looks amazing, aye.
Doesn't it, man? Right on the river time.
Crazy.
There's already plans for like high rises.
I was going to say, aye, like, you know, even outside of the football, like, it might do big things just for the city in general. It's going to be like London or something.
So this has been...
Well, hopefully it's not, you know, like...
But it doesn't want to be like London.
I didn't want to say it, but it's not like London.
Okay. But I know what you're saying, but like this has obviously been going on for a long time now, like 4 years, the takeover took. Obviously, the football aside, one of the biggest things that I was buzzing for was because the South, like the group and that's taken over. They said, like without putting the money into the football, like they're going to pump money into the city as well. Mm-hmm. And then they've already came up with this unbelievable plan that's got like a massive stadium and a training ground right by the Tyne. Like, high rises all over the place. It's money being pumped in, man.
It's good that it's straight in.
Good for the city.
And like, they've obviously had these ideas obviously long before they bought the tune, haven't they? But it's good to see that as soon as they're in, they're not just like dragging their feet. They want to implement changes and do stuff straight away.
Aye.
It's good. It's promising, isn't it?
Aye, and
do you know how long we've been recording, by the way?
not very long.
No.
Nah, I would say 10 minutes.
Very high.
Let's have a look, eh? A quick deek.
I was gonna.
How about deeking? Oh, 25 minutes. Fucking hell.
Aye. Thought so. 10 minutes.
25 minutes. You can't shut them up. You just can't shut them up.
Well, yeah, I can't get a fucking word in this. Wait, before, because we've got a few minutes left, but I was gonna say, obviously the aftermath of the Fury Wilder fight, it was nice to see Wilder actually came out and made a statement.
It was a good time.
It was exactly, and he said something like, I just want to thank the Gypsy King for
he's been told to say
historic fight or whatever. Do you reckon?
100%.
It could have been someone in his team.
Spat his dummy out. He spat his dummy out at the end of the fight. He had no intention of being nice. The last time he brought all these complaints and excuses up, and then this time it's taken him like 3-4 days. Oh, and he's finally got a bit of respect.
Probably took 3 or 4 days to wake up of that hiding.
You're not wrong, but I
thought personally, you know, if it's genuine, I think it was nice to see that he's finally kind of acknowledged, you know, he's been beat, and he showed respect to the other fighter, which, you know, which I said in the last episode, I would have a lot more admiration and respect for him if he did that, and it would appear that he's done that. So
it appears that he's done that, but I don't know, like, I feel like he's obviously been advised to do it, but it would be exciting to see where he goes next, Wilder, because I don't know, did we speak about it in the last podcast, like, where does Wilder, where did Wilder go, but I can see him chinning Joshua, I mean.
Oh, I think we burst him.
Did we say that in the last one?
Mm-hmm.
We did.
We didn't say this though. I've seen the idea that apparently Fuse got to fight White.
Aye, that's
it'd be good to see White get his shot, like.
And they did a poll as well, and didn't everyone say they would like to see him beat White?
Aye.
Fight White.
Aye.
If you would like to see him beat White, maybe that's another poll.
Aye.
I would like to see him beat White. I do like Dillian White.
Well, it's not that I would like to see him beat White.
No, because
I just think Fury would beat White
for the whole story. Is there anyone that's not going to beat him, like?
Yeah. Because there's so many interesting fights that could happen, like. But that was last episode, so I didn't want to get on too much with that.
I will not.
Just thought we're touching it because it was.
We'll not repeat ourselves. And now another thing is, I'm not going to ask you to hit subscribe anymore because it's quite plain to see that no one's going to do it. We're getting no support me and the lads in that.
That liberty.
We'll do it, man.
We'll do it.
Aye.
But well, that's all for episode 5, is it?
No, I think this has been episode 3.
School of G, that's School of G, can't it? Who got get Mad Dog Insights coming out?
Aye.
But catch us next time. Thanks for watching.
Aye, thanks very much. Tune in next time. Thanks very much. Should we do the clap? We'll pump that out like.